All right, everybody. I know it's been a little bit. I'm back, though. Welcome to episode 207 of Psycho's Platters. Always sponsored by coffee each and every time. So listen, what am I going to do today? It's another review episode. Unfortunately, it's a little belated, but I was gone. Mixed with some health problems. So here I am back again for, that's right, the new Gregg Allman album, Southern Blood. That's right, Southern Blood. And this came out, of course, it was released September 8th of this year. It's Gregg's 8th and final solo studio album. It was recorded in March 2016 at Fame Studios, the infamous Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. By the way, the sources today for this particular review: RollingStone.com, GreggAllman.com, RounderRecords.com, and of course, Wiki. This is the first solo album that Gregg has done since Low County Blues from 2011. So Don was the producer on the project. This album is mostly covers, but man, what covers the band chooses. I wrote things down. Johnny Jenkins, Blind Bats and Swamp Rats. The reason for that choice was because Duane worked with Johnny Jenkins back in the late 60s. Jackson Browne's Song for Adam from 1972. Jackson Browne is singing harmony vocals on this one. They've been friends. Gregg and Jackson have been friends since the late 60s when they met. Tim Buckley's Once I Was, which I really like that one. That one's a little melancholy to me, but still I love it. But so Tim Buckley, though, Gregg was a huge Buckley fan and conversed once with them and said that he wanted to do an album with him. He wanted to write songs and material with Buckley. But unfortunately, Tim died of a heroin overdose in late June 1975. Don was the producer on the project, suggested Bob Dylan's Going, Gone from Dylan's Planet Waves album, and Jerry Garcia and Robert Hunter's Black Muddy River. For that tune, Gregg wasn't sure, but after a few warm-ups, it was added to the album lineup. Another track on here, Little Feat, Lowell George. Willin' was another Don was picked, but Gregg picked up on being the truck driver guy in that song and was added to the album. My favorite song off of here, truthfully, My Only True Friend. It's an original that was co-written, Gregg Allman and Steve Sherrod. I hope I'm saying that right. It was written with stories of Duane from Gregg. Sherrod wrote the song in Duane's voice, but he didn't say that to Gregg. This album was originally going to be all original songs, with the working title of All Compositions by Gregg Allman. But his health and the touring schedules nixed this. There were finished backing tracks to the covers of Freddie King's Pack It Up and Leon Russell's Hummingbird, but Gregg was not able to finish the vocals. Also, he was too ill to do the harmony vocals. Bandmate Buddy Miller stepped in to do that. Originally, this album was to be released in January 2017, but delayed due to Gregg's health. He decided to release it in September, and the day before he died, May 27, 2017 being his death, he approved final mixes of this album here. An excellent batch of musicians. Trivia bit here, Mark Kionis, I hope I'm saying that right. He was a percussionist for the Allman Brothers from 91 to 2014, is the only member of the Allman Brothers present here. This thing went to number 3 on the Billboard Top Rock Albums, number 11 on the Billboard 200. This here, the one I happen to have, this is the front, this is the back. This is, it's one of these little trifold bits. And so here's the tracking listing of all this. My only true friend, Once I Was, Going, Going, Gone, Black Muddy River, I Love the Life I Lived, Willin', Blind Bats and Swamp Rats, Out of Left Field, Love Like Kerosene, and Song for Adam featuring Jackson Browne. There were 2 bonus tracks. They were live ones. I Love the Life I Live, which was live from the Clay Center in Charleston. That was in May of 2016. And Love Like Kerosene, which was live from Philadelphia at the Tower Theater, April 2016. If you did end up getting this at Best Buy, it came with a DVD of the making of Southern Blood. And you know what? I did get to watch that DVD. Some really interesting stuff. You get to see some, some reminiscing and some final bits of Gregg on here. My Only True Friend, like I said, is my favorite song off of here. If you haven't seen the video, go check out the video on that, because you do briefly see, I guess, I'm led to believe it's previously unreleased footage of Dwayne playing in Atlanta in 1970. So yeah, so Mighty Psycho, I'll tell you something about this album. I do like covers if they're done different. And I understand the whole thing, that he just, the timing and the health and the touring, he didn't have time to do a lot more original tunes. But you know what? This album, it's a fun album. It is overall. If you've been an Allman Brothers fan for a long time, you're going to get this. You're going to get this. And if you like Gregg Allman's solo stuff, you're going to enjoy it too. There's a mix of everything on here, mostly R&B, some funk, some New Orleans, blues, a little bit of rock mixed in. I kind of like it that way. I like how this all turned out. I've liked the Allman Brothers for many, many years. And with Gregg doing Midnight Rider and I'm No Angel and a few other ones mixed in over the years, I've always, Gregg's voice, I don't know, I just always, I don't want to say comforted by it, but it is world weary, but you accept it. It's like it's there, And here, of course, knowing that this was the last album he would ever do, it kind of does put a twinge of sadness or melancholy. But you know what? Like I said, it's a fun album. I highly recommend this, out of all honesty. I think you will enjoy it immensely. I at least give it 1.5 thumbs. I think that's going to be my new rating system, right? So like I said, go out and get this. Yes, it's on vinyl, if I remember correctly. I apologize. I've not had a chance to gather up facts. But I paid, what did I pay at Best Buy for this? I think it was like $18.99. But if you don't want the DVD, you can get it, I think, for as low as $15.99. I think I remember seeing it at Barnes. Those are the only places I know that had it. So will you do me a favor? Not only will you like and sub Psycho's Platters, please, if you haven't yet, because we're going to do more new music reviews. I think the next new music one I'm going to do is the new old Neil Young CD. I'm going to do that soon. And some classic vinyl finds as well. Do me a favor, and under the comments, go off and tell me what your favorite Gregg Allman or Allman Brothers song or album is. I really would like to know if you're a fan of them. It is too bad that the Allmans didn't get to do another studio album, because the last one, Hitting the Note, was 2003. I'm like, geez, I didn't realize it was that long. So like I said, go check it out and go put a comment. Like I said, what's your favorite Allman Brothers or Gregg Allman tune? And please like and sub. And you know what, guys? You take care. God bless. Rock on, indeed.